Hey everybody, hey everybody. And I know some of y'all are going to trickle in a little later. We're starting a little earlier than what we would normally start. However, I have the man in the house. So just click on in and my butterflies that's up in the sky. Just listen like you normally do. I'm going to bring him on. I'm excited. We were supposed to did this once before and my schedule didn't allow it. But I'm going to bring on Mr. Guru for credit himself. His name is Terrell Simmons. And I'm going to let him have his way, y'all. How about that? One moment. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, and I'm doing fantastic in spite of, feeling a bit down over the past week. I've been fighting this little sickness for some time, but gotta push through. God is good, and I'm excited to be here. I'm grateful.
Me too. Yeah. So I got my crowd. They're listening, and then I have some people that's in here, and more will see it after it's over. So tell us about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Terrell Simmons, also known as TJ the Credit Guy. I'm here, homegrown from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a husband. Been married for going on 7 years now.
Yes.
Yes, yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. That's the number of completion, right?
Right.
Uh, yeah, God has most definitely blessed me with my wonderful wife. I'm a father of five, awesome children,
Yes.
and I'm also the owner of TJ, the Credit Guy LLC, which is a credit restoration company, right? It's what we primarily do and help people to do is to restore, rebuild, and revitalize their credit.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep,
Oh,
yep, yep, yep. So what you got for me today?
yeah, I just got I'm into building. I'm into empowering our people like yourself. And I told them, I said, I know someone who is excellent with credit. He's one of us. He don't mind, coming on and just giving us a couple of hints and everything of what we can do. And then if that's something y'all want to do, get at them. You
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah.
giving you the floor.
Okay. Well, I just got the flow. I was expecting some questions.
They might have some as you go on.
An interview type of thing, but I've been doing this for going on. Uh, I, I've been having my own business for about a year. I started out with the company. I was an affiliate with the company. I'm not going to mention their name
Right, right.
because I'm no longer with them. Like I said, I've created my own company to help people. But I've been doing it for going on 3 years total. And before I got involved in credit repair, I was a client myself, right?
Right.
My
Mhm.
credit wasn't too good. My credit score wasn't too good. I couldn't uh, get the things that I desired either. While at the same time, I didn't even know about credit. Prior to getting with the company or whatnot, until my wife, she brought it to my attention, and I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but
Right.
she had signed me up with a company. I, this I call them Flexington Flaw. All right, hopefully you catch it, Bill. She had signed me up with a company called Flexington Flaw, right? And I didn't even know it. I didn't know it until, I don't know, like a year after we purchased our home.
Okay.
I didn't even know that. I mean, because it wasn't until I got into this business that my wife told me, like, yeah, I had signed you up with Flex to Flaw, and they, get us in position to purchase a home. But, just in saying so, um, they obviously they did something or whatnot. We had met up with a realtor, and a month. maybe two later, we were homeowners because of my credit, which
Yes.
I had no clue that my your credit score or your credit, this in itself could get you $100,000. And my mind was blown. My mind was blown, and I knew the power of credit after we became homeowners.
Yeah.
Uh, just off the strength of my credit. Obviously, there's other factors that come into play, such as your income and things of that nature, and how long you've been working at your job and stuff like that. Which I work at Ford as well, so that really helped. But for the most part, it was credit that opened up the doors for me, and I realized the power of credit. But later on, down the line, probably like a few months after we became homeowners, I got the opportunity to be able to help people to repair their credit as well as an affiliate,
Yeah.
right? And I've helped a lot of people to become homeowners. I helped a lot of people to start their business, get
Yeah.
capital for their businesses. I helped a lot of people to get the cars of their dreams. My cousin, actually, she just purchased her a brand new Lexus, a
Okay.
2020 Lexus, with the help of myself, and getting her credit together. So, after being able to help so many people, it did something to me, right? Um, I never I never knew what my purpose in life was. I always knew that it involved helping other people. We're here on this earth for a reason. With other people, we're here on this earth with other people for a reason, and that's to help serve one another, right? And I'm a firm believer. I'm a man of faith. I love God. Uh, and I know that we have to serve one another. We have to, that service is an act of love, right? And just being in a position to be able to serve and help people make things possible that they once did not believe was possible. It's a blessing, and I feel like this is my purpose, right? As strange as it may sound, I feel like credit restoration is my purpose. But after helping so many people and having some issues with the company, with them not getting results that people desired, or they weren't communicating a lot of things with the clients, and it made me look bad. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start my own company. So I can ensure that my clients are being taken care of, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, like a year or so ago, I decided to start my own business, which is Terrell. Well, that's my name, obviously, but it's TJ, the credit guy, and we're helping people all over. We all understand that credit opens up doors, right? Credit opens up many, many doors. A lot of people are homeless, like literally homeless, because their credit ain't right. You know, a lot of people are jobless because their credit ain't right. I'm just trying to help y'all to understand the magnitude and the importance of credit, right? In order to get into apartments, you have to have your credit right. In order to get into homes, you have to have your credit right. In order to get transportation, you have to have your credit right. Sometimes in order to travel, your credit has to be right. If you want to travel right, let me tell you this: like you start to, you know, uh, operate and live with a 700 credit score, and you get credit cards and things like that. You find yourself in some places, some real nice places because of your credit, and it can possibly be free because of the rewards. But that's a whole nother live. That's a whole nother that's a whole nother situation right there, y'all. But where can I start? Listen, what is credit? Let's start there, right? Credit is your ability to pay something over time, right? It's the history that they have on you. It's your financial report card, right? It shows how you've been making payments, whether you miss payments. They report all the good things and all the bad things to three credit bureaus. That's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? So it's if y'all don't know what your credit score is, this is where you need to start at, right? If you don't know what your credit profile consists of, what's on your credit report, there's a few free sites for you to go to, and I'm sure Miss Coco.
Yep.
I'm sure you know these free sites. One is Credit Karma, and
Yeah.
a lot of people say, well, credit. I heard that the score is not the accurate score. It's not the right score. Have you heard that saying before? That the Credit Karma score is not
Yeah.
it's not accurate, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that is not accurate or that it is accurate. It's the fact that 95% of lenders, right? 95% of creditors use a different scoring method. Okay, but it's not about the score at the end of the day. It's about what makes up the score. All
Right.
right. It's all about the factors that make up your credit score. Okay. And Credit Karma is a good source for that. Although it only shows two credit bureaus, Equifax and TransUnion, it's always a good place to start so that you can know. I look like I'm froze here. Yeah, it look like I'm froze.
You're back. We see you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it looks like I'm froze on my end, but it's always a great source to find out what's going on with your credit, right? A lot
Mhm.
of people hit me up like, oh, my credit's bad and I need help. And I'm like, okay, so what do you have on your credit report? Like, well, I don't even know. I don't even. Well, how do you know if your credit is bad, right?
Right. Right.
They know it's bad because when they go to try to purchase a car, right, or to see if they get approved of a home loan, they let them know like you're denied. So that's the reason they know. But it's very important for you to monitor your credit, okay? And it's easy to go on Credit Karma. I wish I could show y'all my screen so I can kind of help y'all to navigate Credit Karma, but it's so comprehensive and so easy to read. I mean, once you learn how to read Credit Karma and the 5 factors that make up your credit score, you should never have bad credit again. Okay,
Right.
never ever have bad credit again. The number one reason the people's credit is bad is because they don't have any credit. All right, let's just put that out there. And a lot of people just don't know why. They either don't know or they've been misinformed about credit. My mom used to tell me, and it's things that I used to hear just in the air, that credit was an evil thing.
Yeah.
Credit
Yep.
cards, credit cards was evil. It's like, stay away from it. Like run whenever you get a credit card. Don't never ever get a credit card. And they're speaking from their own experience and the fact that they didn't have the education as to how it can help and position you to live a lifestyle that you want to live. It can
Right.
help and position you to become a homeowner, just by properly and responsibly using lines of credit, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people's problem is that they don't even have credit, right? And that makes up 30% of your credit score. Now write this down. I'm gonna just state this and I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know how much time I got. How much time do I have?
You got about 20 more minutes. Go on.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so I want to start here just so y'all understand the foundation of credit, right? The foundation of credit, the 5 factors that make up your credit score. Y'all gonna write this down. Y'all probably heard this before, but y'all gonna hear it again from me. Sometimes we got to hear things over and over and
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
again before we can get it and understand how to apply it to our lives. All right, now the number one factor that make up your credit score is 35%. I say it's number one because it makes up the biggest chunk of your credit score. Okay. 35% of your credit score is your payment history. All right. So what that means is making payments on time, black folk. On time. All right. On time in real life means early,
Yeah.
right? That's what I've been taught. Like you want to get there early. You want to get there at least 15 minutes early because when you gotta the shift starts at 5 or the meeting starts at 5 and you get there at 5, you're late.
Right. That's
Why
right.
why are you late? Because you're risking the risk of being late. It looks bad, right? And that's in that from that sense and meeting and being in places on time. But it's okay to make payments on time, but let's be proactive, right? Let's be proactive and let's start paying stuff early so it can really be on time. We got to trick our minds sometimes and let people know, okay, yeah, the meeting starts at 5:30 when it really starts at 6 o'clock.
Come on.
So sometimes you got to trick yourself,
Right.
and put the day up a couple days, 3 days before or whatnot. But make sure you make on time payments, folks. That's 35% of your score. I've seen people score drop close to 100 points just by missing one payment,
Right.
just by missing one payment, just by being late one payment. Right? It's
Mhm.
major. You got to put yourself in the other person's shoes. If somebody owe you money, you expect that money on the date that they agreed upon,
Facts.
right? And you make plans based off of that agreement.
That's right.
Look, I know I'm making $100 a month from this person. So I'm about to go ahead and plan this trip. I know it's $100 a month I'm gonna be getting. You can mess up so much for somebody's plans when you fall short on your end of the agreement. All right. So you want to make sure that you make on time payments, treat others how you want to be treated.
Come
Do on
on now.
others as you want done on to you. All right. I mean that can we can end the show off the back of that period because that applies to life in general.
Period.
You,
Right.
if you live by that golden rule, that principle, right, then guess what? Your life will be a lot better, right? You'll
Yeah.
get a lot more opportunities to do things because you operating under that principle. It has no choice but to work for you. Do unto others as you want done unto you. You want people making on time payments. Make on time payments, y'all.
Come on now. Yes.
Make on time payments. It's 35% of your credit score. All right.
Yes.
30% of your credit score. It's number two, y'all. Write this down. Number two, 30% of your credit score is your credit usage. In order to have credit usage, you have to have credit. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying. Like, it's part of the building process. Like you cannot build credit without credit. You got a credit score, you got credit bureaus, you got a credit report, but you don't have no credit.
right.
Get you a credit card, right? So a lot of people don't have credit, and the it's just like having it. Like when I first started working or whatnot, um, I couldn't get a job for anything, and the reason why I couldn't get a job was because I didn't have the experience, right? I never worked before, so it's the same thing when trying to get credit and trying to establish credit is because you never had credit before. No one's just going to give you money,
Right.
right? They need to see how you operate on your own recognizance. Like I had to cut grass and do things like that. That's what I put on the application so that I can get a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is things that I did on my own. Like nobody gave me a job, but this is the job that I created. And this is the type of experience that I have. So you have to create experience, and in doing so, you have to get what we call a secure credit card, right? You have to get a secure credit card. I have resources. All right. You can go to www.tjthecreditguy.com and check out my resources for credit building. It's right there on my website. 7 great ways to build credit. Okay. 7 great ways to build credit. Some people don't have any accounts whatsoever. All right. So you always want to have a mix of credit, and that's installment lines of credit, and that's revolving lines of credit. And installment lines of credit is, car loans, house loans, home loans, regular loans, things of that nature. Anything that with a loan, anything that you have to pay the same amount every single month is called an installment line of credit. Okay, revolving credit is credit cards, retail credit cards, charge cards, things of that nature. Things that actually change based off of how you use it on a monthly basis, right? So your payments change due to how much you use. So back to the 30%. I'm sorry, I went off a
That's
little
okay.
bit.
Let me ask you something, Terrell. We have two
Uh-huh.
questions real quick. The
Okay.
first one was, do you work with let me scroll up. I think Real Mama something about Lexington Credit. Lexington, what's some
Plex,
people?
you talking about Plexus and Flow?
Yeah, yeah,
No. I'm actually independent right now. Like, I am my own business. I'm a young Black entrepreneur
yeah.
out there serving the community, helping my people at all costs, with their credit. So I have the most affordable prices in the industry from my research,
Yeah.
and I get some of the greatest results in the industry as well from what I see.
And then
So
the other question was, should we pay off collections?
should we pay off collections? No, never pay collections. Ever, ever, ever. Don't pay collections. Why? Because you do not owe the collection company.
Right. There you
All
go.
right, you owe the original credit. Say it is AT&T, right? But when it gets sent to collections, the whole name changes. Like, if somebody, if hold on. So how can I put it? All right. So if you owe somebody some money, say you owe Johnny some money, right? But you don't get Johnny his money, and then next thing you know, Christie's coming to you talking about, yeah, I'm gonna need Johnny's money. You're not gonna give Christie's Johnny. You're not gonna give your money to Christie for Johnny. You don't know who the heck Christie is.
Right.
You never had an agreement with Christie, so why would you give Christie the money for? You don't want to give the collection company the money because you never had an agreement with them to begin with. And 90% of the time they sell it to the collection company.
Yes.
Like, these collection companies buy the debt in bulk. See, debt is a business. People benefit off of debt, even unpaid debt, right? So that's what the collection companies do in hopes that you will pay them to get it off your credit report, or to get you into a home. See, if they haven't came for you and it's been 3-4 years already, they ain't coming for you. All right, they don't have enough evidence. They don't have enough documentation to even prove that it's yours. Because if they did, and if I had enough proof that Coco owed me some money, and she won't keep running away from me for months. Guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and present the evidence to the judge and be like, listen,
Right.
she owed me the money,
Right.
and I want my money now. And that's that. And they'll come for you and get their money. But obviously, they don't have what it takes to get the money from you because they sold it. They didn't sold it. Well, because they done bought it from the credit. I mean, from the original creditor, and the original creditor did not necessarily give them all the proper documentation, the signature, the contracts, and things of that nature.
Right.
They wrote it off on their taxes. They done made their money back, in a different form. So
Right.
once you write it off, ain't no way to get money off of it. Majority of them don't even have the right to collect from you.
That's right. Come on
But
now.
if you give it to them, look, if you give it to me, I'm gonna take it. I ain't gonna turn I don't turn my collar down for nothing. So they not gonna turn no money down. All right.
Right.
So don't pay collections. At the end of the day, we want to dispute. And that's what I do. That's what my company does. We dispute. inaccurate, unverifiable, incomplete information. And the number one thing is unverifiable, right? Do they, like I said, do they have proper documentation? Do they have contracts? Do they have your signature? Do they have your agreement that you would pay them? Do they have that? And guess what? 90% of the times they don't have it.
Right.
And it takes for us to put that pressure on them. It takes for us to let them know that you have rights, right? According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have rights to dispute, and you have right to see who's handling the debt that you so called owe. You have the right to request your signature. You have the right to request documentation to prove that it's yours. And if they don't have proof, then
Right.
it must proof.
I like it.
It's like that, didn't you? It got to go, right? If they can't show, then it got to go. If they can't prove it, then they must remove it. And it's simple as that. So we want to exercise our rights and throw them those laws. Let them know we know what we're talking about, and we know that if you don't have the verification, then you have to delete it by law. Okay, so that's what we want to do prior to. If you want to pay it, you can pay it. But if you do pay it, you want to get a paper delete. You want to get them to agree. Okay, if I pay you, I ain't saying it's mine, but I do want this removed from my credit report. All right. Whatever I got to do to get this removed, I'm willing to do so. So if I got to pay you, you got to agree in writing that you will delete this from my credit report, because a lot of these companies, they claim that they're deleted, and then you're paying, you
Yes.
don't have an agreement, and guess what? It'll still be on your credit report. It'll be a
Yep.
paid collection. Don't nobody want a paid collection on their credit report.
Right.
You don't want them to see none of that, right? So that was a long, drawn out answer, but
I mean,
hopefully that.
it's thorough, and everybody in the chat is enjoying it. So you're giving people, so we don't know, some of us don't know stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I learned stuff like that through you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. It's important to become educated when it comes to your credit, because like I said, it's the determining factor of so much. There's so many things out there. You really want to become educated and know, like I said, and that's why I was getting into the 5 factors, because once you understand that, you should never have bad credit again. Right. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it really boils down to mindset. Are you willing to discipline yourself enough, like I said, to make on-time payments?
Yes. Come on.
You
And
know what I'm saying? Are you disciplined enough to only use a certain amount of your credit limit, so that you don't go over that threshold that makes your score drop, right? And that's where I was heading to, right?
yeah.
Before y'all start asking questions, but you keep the questions coming, please. No, but I think I only got like 5 minutes though.
Go on. I throw in the extra five. Go on.
So back to the 30%. So you got 35% payment history, 30% credit usage. Okay, that's the amount that you owe versus your credit limit. So if you have $1,000 credit card, right, or if you have, say you get, because if you don't have credit, you're gonna have to get your secure credit card. My resource that I have is it requires a deposit of $200. Okay, so you only, and I tell people all the time, listen, they be like, well, yeah, and what you got to do, just, get gas here and there. I'm like, no, don't do that, because your mindset ain't there yet. You still,
Yeah.
obviously you have bad credit. So you obviously there, it shows and displays that there's something, you're not there yet to be able to handle a credit card. All right. So instead of doing that, let's set it up to where it's automatic, where it's autopilot, right? So let's get you a Netflix. Everybody has Netflix, right?
Right.
Get you a Netflix account. If you don't get one, if you, it's a lot of different apps out there. You can pay for $10 or whatever. I don't care if it's Pick Art or whatever the case may be. Get you an app, pay for it with the credit card, all right, and then put the credit card up and just pay that credit card. Pay that little $12, $14 off every month, and it'll be on autopilot. You don't have to worry about using it abusing it, losing it. All right, none of that. All
Right.
right, and what that does is build your credit score up because it keeps it under that 30% requirement. Okay, so 30% of 1,000 is what is 300. All right, they say 30%, that's the standard. I say 10% to maximize
Come on
the
now.
score increase. Keep it under 10%. So keep it under $20 if it's 200. If it's $1,000, all right, what you want to keep it under?
Uh-huh.
$100.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's some more what's the word I'm looking for? Uh 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 it's another level to it, when it comes to keeping that credit usage under 10%. But I don't want to confuse y'all. I'll always set it up to where you can't lose. That's my best advice. Always set it up to where you can't lose. So use under 10%. And if you feel like you got the discipline to be able to use it, say you use $500, $600 out of 1,000, right? You use $500, $600 out of 1,000, and you owe $600 now. Okay, that's 60% credit usage. That's way over. Your score is going to drop if, all right, on that statement date, it reports that you still owe $600. That's the important thing, the statement date. Okay, that's once every single month. You have a statement date. All right, during that specific date, you don't want to have a percentage over 10%. So you can always pay it down, but you won't pay it down 3 days before that date. Does that make sense to y'all? See, that's why I said I didn't want to confuse y'all.
Yes.
Okay, well, I hope it does. I hope it does. So I always pay it under 10% before the what date?
The statement date.
Amen. Hallelujah. Somebody's listening. All right, that's 30% of your credit score. So it's important for you to responsibly use your credit cards. Go to www.tjthecreditguy.com. Go to 7 Great Ways to Build Credit. And guess what? You'll get all those resources to be able to build your credit. It's one thing to get the negative items deleted. And I haven't even got there yet. When speaking of it, I'm just going to say, well, we talked about it a little bit, paying collections and things like that. But if you have collections on your credit report, we can always dispute those, right? You want to always do it by mail if you're going to do it. That does help to increase your credit score, all right, because it brings your debt down. All right, it looks good not to have collections on your credit report. So if you got collections, all right, then we can always dispute it by mail, certified. All right, certified mail. For those that don't know what certified mail is, all right, that's when you get a tracking number. All right, you get a number that they track. They know when it's getting to the destination, and in the day, well, the when they know exactly when it gets to the destination and that it actually got there. All right, so you want to certify the mail is very important because they have a certain amount of time to respond, and if they don't respond within right now, it's 45 to 60 days. Guess what? They gotta delete it. All right, if they neglect to respond to your dispute, the credit bureau's got to delete it, but you got to enforce that. All right. So our whole goal is to put them in a position to where they're like, hey, ain't nothing they can do because they don't have proper documentation to prove that it's yours. If they cannot verify it, then they gotta delete it. If they can't prove it, what guys, they gotta remove it. So that's the number one thing. But it's all about knowing the law, knowing your rights, knowing how to apply the law to certain situations when it comes to your credit. And that's what I do. I'm the expert when it comes to that. That's why it's always important to get an expert to fix your credit versus you trying to figure it out on your own. Now, don't get me wrong. People do get results doing it on their own. Don't get me wrong. People can go online and do it online and get results, but you are giving up rights when you do it online. They don't even have to show proof of the debt when you do it online. They don't have to have the documentation in the contracts when you do it online, right? So you're giving up that right. So that's why I tell people to never do it online. But hey, listen, hey, we got rights. Okay, if you find anything on your credit report that's inaccurate, in any way, shape, form, or fashion by one number, by one letter, I don't care what it is, then it's grounds for removal. All right. If it's an error, it's grounds for removal. If the date's wrong, if the last date active is not correct, it's grounds for removal. All right. So that's the thing when it comes to those collections, guys. But just know 35% payment history, 30% credit usage, and keep it under 10%. All right. 15% is credit age. People talk about these student loans all the time. I'm trying to get these student loans gone. They student loans is killing me. No, the student loans ain't killing you. It's actually helping your credit, sweetheart.
Right.
It is. It is. Why? Because 15% of your credit score is your credit age. And majority of the people got, been having student loans for what, 5, 10, 15 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there, 5, 10, 15 years, student loans is a part of life, y'all. We got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But let's understand that it actually does help. So the best way to deal with student loans, not necessarily the debt, but is the fact that we have missed payments. See, look, what they do is they have you have like 10 different loans, right? You have 10 different loans. So when you miss 2 payments, guess what? You just missed 20 payments.
That's true. Come
And
on,
guess what?
huh?
Guess what that affects? That affects the 35% of your credit score. And your score drops, right? So the best thing to do is get with the income-based repayment program. My thing is if it don't hurt my pockets, then I ain't tripping. It's based off your income. The income-based repayment program. Call your original creditor. Don't call no third party. Call the original the creditor, the person who the holding the loan. Whoever got it. It can be NailNet, it can be Navient, it can be Department of Education, Kentucky Higher Education, whoever. All right, call them and be like, I want to enroll to the income driven repayment program. Right, what that does is that puts your student loans in deferment, which all of them should be in deferment right now. But they put your student loans in deferment, and after so many consecutive on-time payments, whether that's a $0 payment or whatever payment that they come up with based off your income, it erases all the late payments and
Yep.
it updates it to reflect good standing. What that does to your credit score, it
Shoot
shoots
it
it up,
up. Mm-hmm.
right? And it's why it's one thing you never want to people talking about, you got my student loans deleted. I know y'all probably seen quote unquote testimony talking about we delete student loans, like, but they don't never show the score, cuz
Right.
they never show the score. Why? Because their score is probably more than likely to drop. Now the student loans is gone, but the score didn't drop. Why? Because it erased all that credit age.
Mm.
Even if it was bad credit history, but the credit age makes up 15% of your credit score.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to just be deleting everything now.
Right.
And just because it's gone don't mean you don't own it.
Right.
They still come fight you. They will still go out of your check. They still will come for your taxes. I'm just saying. Nobody never told y'all this. This is just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It look good, and I have student loans and think you don't have to pay them, but just because they ain't on your credit report don't mean they ain't coming for you.
Right.
All right. So that's 15% of your credit score. Don't close accounts. Keep accounts open as long as possible. And that's going to help to, build your credit in that area of your credit age. All right. 10% is credit mix. All right. You want to have multiple lines of credit. You want to have at least 10 lines of credit. That's the minimum. If you go to Credit Karma, you go to accounts. It's crazy how Credit Karma works because you got the categories, right? You got the payment history, you got the credit usage, right? It got the collections, then it has the number of accounts, then it has the inquiries, right? It's crazy though, because on each category, it'll either be yellow, it'll be red, yellow, or green. Am I lying? It'll be red, yellow, or green. Listen, if that joint's in the red, it means you're dead. If it's red, it means stop what you're doing, think
Right.
about it. Get some help. All right, it's red. Oh, get some help. All right. So if it's yellow, it means you need to slow down, and do better. All right. And if it's green, that means you're doing excellent. Okay. Unless you know where you at.
Yeah.
Unless you know exactly where you at, what you need to do to
Hey,
improve.
TJ.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no, take your time and give them your website again because I have a couple people that's asking for your website.
Okay, my website is tjthecreditguy.com. That's www dot I'm ugly dog. www.tjthecreditguy.com. I got phlegm in my throat, y'all. Y'all don't understand.
That's why we're not gonna keep it going. I know he's not feeling well, y'all, but he came on with me and I appreciate him. So yeah, he just told y'all it's
TJ
www.tjcreditguy.
thecreditguy.com. TJ is this. I don't know if y'all see my name. I see my name. I don't see nobody. She got me on this streaming thing. I don't see a soul, y'all, but me
They
and
see
her.
you, they impressed. They
But yeah,
impressed.
listen. I really, because I don't think I think I've told you through chat, but I want to give you my condolences. While at the same time,
Thank you.
uh, I admire how strong you are. I mean, I ain't never God, ain't never
Right.
God.
Right.
And it just inspires me, and it really motivates me to keep pushing because sometimes I be wanting to give up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, these people be getting on my nerves, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't be wanting to pay. They always want discounts. I'm just about to give it up. You know what I'm saying? But that's nothing in comparison, to what a lot of people are going through. And just to see how resilient you've been and how you continue to push forward in spite of tragedy and
Thank you so
and
much.
loss. Like you, Lord.
Thank you
God,
so
you
much.
are blessed. You most definitely blessed, and God's covering you. And just want to let you know that I recognize that, and it make my heart, it make
Thank
my
you.
heart,
It
it
means a
make my
lot to
heart,
me.
it make my heart flutter. It make my heart flutter. You hear me? I get all right. That feeling just make your heart flutter.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so much.
yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. So, but yeah, listen, that's I don't know if that's my time or whatever, but the last thing I want to tell y'all is the inquiries. Don't be going out, getting 1,000 inquiries trying to get approved with stuff. You're going to get denied. Your credit bad. Your credit jacked up. Listen, if you ain't over 680, don't even try it. Don't even go out there and embarrass yourself like that and hurt your credit score even further. All right.
Hmm.
So, I mean, the thing with the car dealerships and stuff, you
Yeah.
can go. Just make sure you do it within a 45-day time frame. You can go and run your credit through the mud. All right. And the thing is this, it only counts as one inquiry.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So long as it's done within a 45-day time span, it's only counts as one inquiry. Let's go for car loans and home loans only. Now, credit cards, stay away from Credit Karma when they come to, they talk about you pre-approved. You talk about Credit Karma said I'm pre-approved. Man, Credit Karma lying. They don't look, listen. Then you go try to get approved. You try to get the card, you get denied. You're like, I don't know what the. No, holler at the credit guy before you go out applying
Do
for
you
stuff.
have a number for them? Do you have a number?
Yes, 502-912-4742. 502-912-4742.
And yeah, he's a young CEO. This is his company. He's a man.
Yes, yes, yes. We also we help, like I said, we help people to restore their credit by sending out professional, one of a kind disputes. I use just unorthodox methods to get the results that I get. We also rebuild credit. And I have all those resources on my website for you to go to. I do unlimited consultation. The disputes also get certified mail, and it's also my wife's a notary. All
Yep.
right,
Yep.
my wife's a notary. Shout out to my wife, April Simmons. If y'all ever need,
That's my
anything
boo.
notarized or anything, holler at her. But we notarize the letters as well, just to give it that a level of importance and seriousness when it comes to this, because this is a serious thing. And we also help to jumpstart people's business credit as well. So we operate in that arena also. So if y'all need some business credit, y'all need to establish business credit, holler at your boy, and we'll get you together. Most definitely.
Well, thank you, love. I appreciate it. Now go drink you some green tea and
Yes.
feel better.
Yeah.
All right. And kiss April for me, okay?
I will for sure, for sure. Love you and
Love you
thank
too,
you for
baby.
having me. Y'all.
You'll be back. Don't worry.
All right, y'all.
All
Take care.
right. Bye bye. Oh, shoot.
I don't know how to get out.
I got you. Hey, y'all. Did y'all enjoy that? I hope y'all did. Yes. Yes. What about business? Yeah, he can give you business credit. That was one of the things that he actually said to Real Mamas Real Problems. Yes, he can help with business credit. Um, like I said, I've seen this guy be so daggone dedicated that he ain't letting nothing stop him. And that's the real deal. He told y'all he felt like giving up. He felt like, man, but that inner thing in him just man, it kicked in. He wants to help his people. He's like, I can't, because he was also working for a company that was robbing people. He ain't say the name, so I ain't gonna say the name. And that's what made him just say, you know what, I'm gonna step out on faith and I'm gonna go and do this on my own. And he's been so successful. People been buying homes. Their credit been going up to 800. I mean, y'all, that's why I try not to bring y'all no shabbiness. You know what I'm saying? Because I got real people over here and real knows real. So, and TC, love you, smooches, everybody. SB, Real Mamas, the real, I'm just saying, 300, April, the people that's up in the skybox, Mr. Anthony. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. And if y'all do have any questions, I'm gonna get his card. And okay, baby, thank you, Real Mamas, for even listening and stopping by, babes. Thanks for the support. And be careful and have a great day at work. What was I going to say? I'm gonna make sure that I post his information the next live. I'm just gonna have his card up there. So yeah, and he's the one's getting my credit together. Like he said, I used to do credit, but I don't have the time and nothing else. And plus, I don't know the new laws. I haven't kept up with it. So when you know somebody who will fight for you like they fight for themselves, I got to get in it. I got to get in it. So he's doing mine. So yeah, I hope y'all got something out of it. Yes, yes, yes. So, yeah. And he almost made me cry. I can't be crying. Shoot. All that good accolades he gave me. Can't be doing that. But anyway, y'all. God brought me to this live. Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. SB, baby, there has been so many things that has happened over the last 72 hours. If I begin to tell you, you wouldn't believe it. And I'm just going with what I hear God say. I promise you. I'm just going with it. And it's like it's tripping me out because I always get emails and people say, I needed that. I didn't say nothing. I was listening. I didn't say nothing, but I needed that. I'm glad you was so honest about that and stuff. That's all I know how to be, y'all. That's all I know how to be. So as he keep giving me what to bring y'all, I'm gonna bring them on here. Like I told him, it may be one, it may be none, it may be 15, it may be, I don't care. Just do it. Go forth. And that's what happened. And y'all start coming in. And y'all got something from them. So I appreciate that. So I'm not going to try to overdo anything that he's done because I want all of that to sink in. I want you all to be able to go back and listen to this. So I'm going to try to hurry up and share it to Facebook. Not Facebook, to YouTube. I know sometime StreamYard puts it over in 24 hours, but I'm going to try to do it sometime tonight. And it is what it is. And thank y'all so much. I really do. I think 300 put my email in the chat. If y'all want to talk to me about anything, or if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm just excited, y'all. God has got this thing. I'm so serious. I wish I could just tell y'all what I see, what I feel. It's our time, it's our season, and it's our turn. I keep telling y'all that. So as long I don't care what happened, keep telling yourself it's your time, your turn, your season. And you let God send the angels to do whatever they need to do to fight on your behalf. If that makes sense to you, then it means it was for you. Okay? Until the next time, thank you so much for coming over and blessing me with your presence, okay? Now I'm going to eat the rest of my food and I'm going to call it a night. Smooch it. Oh, I might have to go over to Anthony's. I'm not sure yet. However, thank you guys again. Smooches.